The dusty platform of Willow Creek Station shimmered under the relentless Montana sun, a forgotten speck on the endless prairie where trains seldom linger. Eliza Thornton gripped her worn carpetbag, heart pounding as she stepped down from the locomotive, the hiss of escaping steam echoing her unease. She had come 1,000 miles from Boston, answering an advertisement to become a mail-order bride for a rancher named Harlan Brooks in Silver Ridge. But as the train chugged away, leaving her alone amid the sagebrush and silence, a sinking dread swept through her. This wasn't the Silver Ridge. The faded sign confirmed it, Willow Creek, a town not even marked on her map. Panic tightened her throat. She'd left the train too soon, misled by a conductor's hurried call. With no money for another ticket and the next train days off, she stood stranded in a strange land, wondering if her bold leap into the unknown had been a terrible mistake. The settlement was little more than a handful of weathered buildings, a saloon with squeaking doors, a modest general store, and scattered homesteads like forgotten promises. Elisa's lace-trimmed dress, elegant back in Boston, now felt out of place, its hem gathering dust. She approached the station master, a grizzled man chewing tobacco, who merely shrugged. "Next train's Thursday, ma'am. Best find a room at the boarding house." But her purse held only a few coins, enough for supper, not shelter. As she wandered toward the store, hoping for charity or work, a small voice cut through the quiet. "Papa, look. It's her." A girl of about 8, braids the color of wheat and as bright as the prairie sky, tugged at a man's sleeve. The man, tall and broad-shouldered with a face lined by hardship and a slight limp from an old injury, turned. His name was Samuel Hayes, a widower raising his daughter, Lily, after fever claimed his wife 2 years before. They had come to town for supplies, but Lily's exclamation stopped them cold. Elisa froze as the child darted forward and wrapped skinny arms around her waist. "You're the one. Papa," Bud finally answered us. The words hung in the air like a melody from a dream. Samuel approached, hat in hand, confusion mirroring Elisa's. "I'm sorry, miss. My daughter, she gets notions. We've been praying for a miracle since her mama passed." Lily looked up, beaming. "I prayed every night for a new mama. And here you are, just like in my dreams." Heat rose to Eliza's cheeks. She wasn't anyone's answer to prayer. She was a misplaced bride, bound for another man and another life. Yet the child's innocent grip tugged at something deep within, a loneliness she'd kept hidden beneath layers of resolve. In Boston she'd been an orphan, scraping by as a seamstress, aching for family. Perhaps fate had derailed her for a reason. Samuel insisted she join them for supper. "Can't leave a lady stranded in Willow Creek," he said, voice gruff but kind. The ride in his buckboard wagon was bumpy, the prairie stretching endlessly, dotted with wildflowers that stirred memories of her late mother's garden. Lily chattered without pause, sharing tales of her dollhouse and the spring calves. Samuel spoke little, but his eyes held quiet sorrow. Over a simple meal of stew and cornbread, he admitted, "Lily needs a woman's touch. I've done my best, but a father's love ain't always enough." Eliza explained her journey, the advertisement in the paper, the promise of stability with Harlan Brooks. "Is expecting me in Silver Ridge," she said. "I must get there." But that night a storm rolled in, thunder rumbling like distant cannons, stranding her further. In the guest room, listening to rain lash the windows, she pondered the strange twist of fate. Could this wrong stop be a divine reroute? Morning brought both clarity and chaos. Samuel offered to drive her to Silver Ridge, a full day's journey, but as they prepared, a telegram arrived at the store. Harlan Brooks had wed another, a local widow, impatient with Elisa's delay. The news struck like a slap, her careful plans collapsed. Devastated, she sat on the porch, tears streaking her cheeks. "Why me?" she whispered to the wind. Lily found her there, slipping a small hand into hers. "Maybe God sent you to us instead. Papa says miracles don't always look the way we expect." The child's words sparked an unexpected thought, perhaps life's detours led to truer paths. Elisa had sought security, but here, in this humble home, she glimpsed something deeper, connection, unscripted and real. Days blurred into a tentative rhythm. Eliza helped with chores, mending clothes and teaching Lily to bake apple pie, her city skills bending to frontier life. Samuel watched, his guarded heart softening. He shared stories of his youth, of homesteading dreams and the family they lost. One evening, as the sunset painted the sky in molten hues, he confessed, "I once advertised for a bride but couldn't follow through. Felt like betraying Mary." Eliza nodded, understanding the ache of broken plans. Yet in their shared vulnerabilities, a quiet bond took root. The turning point came at the town fair, lanterns strung under the wide prairie night. Lily entered the pie baking contest with a pie she and Eliza had made together. When the judges declared her the winner, cheers erupted. But joy turned to danger when a sudden fire sparked in the dry grass, flames racing toward the tents. Panique swept the crowd. Lily froze, separated from Samuel. Without thinking, Eliza plunged into the smoke, her skirt singed, scooping the child into her arms. "Ebe got you," she cried, carrying her to safety as Samuel pushed through the crowd. He pulled them close, voice breaking. "You saved her. You saved us." In that instant, everything changed. Elisa was no longer a stranger, she was family forged in fire. Later, beneath a canopy of stars, Samuel knelt. "Eliza, I didn't plan this, but life's full of wrong stations that turn out right. Will you stay? Be my wife, Lily's mother." Her heart swelled. This wasn't the union she'd imagined, but one born of genuine kindness and quiet strength. "Yes," she whispered, embracing them both. The wrong stop had led to the right home. Years on, as Eliza watched Lily grow into a strong, compassionate young woman, she often thought of that fateful day. Life's journeys rarely follow the map, but in those detours lie the greatest gifts. A child's faith, a stranger's welcome, and an open heart can transform despair into hope. On the vast American frontier, where dreams are as wide as the sky, she learned this truth: sometimes God answers prayers not with what we ask, but with what we truly need. And in that, we find our greatest calling, to love selflessly, embrace the unexpected, and build families not of blood, but of unbreakable bonds.